Shady Box again. I am Tiara.
I am Victoria.
I'm Eileen.
I'm Candace.
All
Hey
right.
guys.
Hi.
All these transitions are so great.
They are, aren't they?
Sarah was just like, yeah, that was the end of the introduction. I'm not going to talk about what the topic is at all. I'm like, just quit midway introduction. She's like, that's it, right? Cool.
Great.
Great, that's it. No.
It's like, this is raw and uncut, guys. Anyway.
It's true. No, we're not prepared. We're not prepared at all.
We don't need to say that out loud.
I'm just saying.
We don't need to know preparedness.
So for this episode, we're going to be talking about all of your favorite supernatural, just everything. Like, what do you believe in? You believe in the vampires? Do you think the aliens keep coming and they just leave and then they come back? Like, what do you be believing? Because if the aliens are coming, they need to come get me and then take me with them.
That's a fact.
It's ghetto over here.
Yes.
It's ghetto. I don't want this.
Tomorrow.
Preach.
They're going to be like, oh, your wish is my command. This is my...
I'm sorry. I don't care what anyone says. They already live among us. They're peaceful creatures that look just like we do.
They are.
It's unclassified.
Or
the government is unclassified, which means that it's real. And according to, I can't remember what it was, but I was looking at all of the files from like the White House that the government had released once it became unclassified. It became unclassified, I think, a week before the 2021 New Year. So all of the files and meetings that has happened with government officials was released. And anytime the government declassifies information, it means that it exists. It's real. So for all those people who didn't believe in aliens, I guess we'll meet them in July or June. That's when apparently we're gonna have like a meeting, whatever that means.
we're gonna have a meeting with them.
Not meet them
Not
in
a meeting.
June. First of all,
Not us.
Like,
probably
in the
already met
summer?
them.
It's gonna be broadcasted, I guess. Like one of these. Well, I don't know how true this is, right? But I know that once the government declassifies information, it means that it's real and is open to the public to learn, to know. So aliens exist apparently.
Wow.
Well, you know, I
Smith
just want to
told us
say, hey aliens, how you doing? My name is Tiara, and I'm bomb as hell, and I'm friends, and I'm fun, and I cook sometimes, you know.
There's so many theories about like,
This is the dating game now. We're trying to find Tiara, the love interest alien of her dreams.
wow, that interesting.
No, we don't even need to be love interests. We could just be family. Like if you want to be a family with me, alien, we could be family.
So like that's one of the theories. One of the theories is that we are literally like part, like we're made from aliens. Like those
Like
are
descendants.
sorry,
Like descendants?
kind of like so one of the theories are we are like the mutated offspring of something, of like some alien species that continue to replicate, right? They were like, okay, here's a planet that they can be on and whatever. There's some that say that they created us to be slaves at one point to kind of like get Earth to a place where it was comfortable enough for them to kind of migrate here. So there's different theories of I spent a lot of time reading and stuff, so yeah. I can
I don't
dive
like
into
that
that.
theory. I don't like that slave theory.
There are definitely a couple of people out here that do look like aliens with like
Oh,
human
baby,
skin
like
on it. But we're not gonna
I'm sorry. I think babies are cute. Newborns are cute. But if you tell me that a baby doesn't look like a newborn doesn't look like an alien when it comes out, I'm like, first of all, them eyes is way too big for that head. Let's be honest.
No, babies don't look like aliens. They come out. They like old people.
Yes, and old people look like babies that look like aliens. It's okay. It's a cycle. It's a cycle.
It's the circle of life.
There you
Life.
go.
It's the
Alien, baby alien, and then whatever
Shout out
us
to the
weird
Lion King.
meat bags are for a whole bunch of years, and then we get to look like aliens again. It's it's a cycle.
Nah, I swear, like babies now, they definitely are a little bit. They like a percentage of alien, because now they just be doing all these like hand movements. It's like they be repping gangs. Like came out.
And that's muscle
I don't
formation.
know how to do this. I don't.
That right there is science.
Right. That's muscle
So-
formation.
That's that is people like, these babies don't do anything. Like, let's just see what they retain. And guess what? They retain a lot because at that age, it's so easy for them to grasp different things and just learn for whatever reason.
It's because they have nothing else to do. Get a job, baby.
You know what?
A lot of free time.
I pay some bills, baby.
Right. I'm
Wow.
like, what can you do? Oh, nothing. Okay.
I feel like children should get paid to go to school. My opinion.
Are you gonna pay them? Because I won't.
No, not me. Like by
Technically,
But
I
not
did
the person that
pay
made
to go
that.
to school. I got allowances. So, but the problem with that is that I didn't always do good in school, but I still got allowance. So it's just like,
oh.
This is gonna sound really privileged, and I'm fully aware. I didn't get an allowance, but my mom gave me money all the time. She was just like, "Here's some money." I'm like,
Yeah, I had a Candace
Cool.
situation.
in my pocket.
I had like a limited Candace situation. So like I did not get
I'm so sorry,
a-
I am recording a podcast. Jesus, it's just like, yeah, that's why you're so spoiled now. Who's that, ma'am? Okay, I didn't make it. Okay, so
I mean, well,
see.
wow. I mean, I wouldn't really call you spoiled because we already said you had like 75 jobs. You can't
Yeah.
be spoiled if you have 75
Yeah,
jobs.
you can't.
you can be spoiled and a hard worker. Like I'm spoiled.
No, it's not spoiled. You are just
I
look at it.
um,
I can say it in Spanish. Estás disfrutando. Estás disfrutando de la vida. You are
I live a specific life. Like I have
no, you're just like,
okay.
you're just enjoying like everything that you're doing. Like it has to, you work hard.
Everything
And that
you are for,
that-
you're enjoying the fruits.
Hey, there you go. Thank you. Thank you.
My labor
Yes, it's
and the fruits of
you're
other
like,
people's labor.
why
The
did I
fruits and the
question
vegetables of
to
your labor.
not think of that beyond me?
I just made myself sick. I said, and the fruits of other people's labor too. And I was just like, what kind of gold digger is this? I just made myself sick. I was like, that rewind. Let's throw that out. I don't like that.
Ma'am, you
First of all, Vicky thought you had a whole spirit in your house, and she was ready to just go all the way out
Listen, if
of
spirit
our
people,
house.
like it would have bothered me. It would have been like, what are we doing tonight? And I'd be like, you gotta go.
gotta go.
Like you don't pay bills here. Are you could stay if you pay for the light bill. Because if you're here, I'm having
Nah, if you have spirit in your house, they definitely gonna walk Kari for sure. They're gonna be like, all right, we're gonna go outside.
I would bark at them regardless.
I have a spirit in my house.
Huh?
Yeah. There's something in my house. I just don't know who it is.
There's definitely a cat just walking around in there. I was
Yeah.
just
And then my cat and my oh no, Tiara wasn't there. So I saw Tiara's face. I'm like, why is she looking like that? Like she don't know, because she don't know.
I don't know because I wasn't invited, and guess what? You said there's a spirit in your house. That don't sound good to me.
They're I mean, it's not bad.
she said something.
I just feel like they want to be heard because they keep making attempts at like contact, and we're just like, yeah, we're not having it today. So, and then I kind of feel
Hell
bad
no.
because I'm like, they trying to say, like, how would I feel if I died and I'm trying to say, hey, yo, and the person is ignoring me? I would
Nah.
feel some way too.
Vicky was
Listen,
just like,
I
trying to
can't
be like,
have
"You're
spirits around me.
See, and this is why I like dogs better than cats.
No, pets really be snitching. No, for real. They be snitching. Every time they see a spirit, they be barking. They
Yeah.
be meow, mad loud. They be doing all of that.
But this is
Cars
what I'm
barking
saying.
everything. Cars be barking at the window washers. Like you're not supposed to be on that side of the building.
This
Like
is what I'm saying. Dogs, okay, dogs warn you of these things. They tell you what's going on. Cats apparently come back and they just want to be heard and do all the reckless shit that they did in their
Listen,
life.
my cat was very close to us. Okay, so it does not surprise me that after she had passed, that she's just like, "Where y'all going?"
We mean where y'all going? We didn't go anywhere. You need to go where the
You
cat
trying to
is.
tell me that you have a spirit of your dead cat in your house?
Apparently, so I had a cat named Daphne. She was a tuxedo cat. Very protective. She was just she was very territorial. Very territorial towards other humans, other cats, dogs. She would stand right in front of a dog and not move. She would not blink. There was no fear in this cat's little tiny soul.
You can't tell.
She just got very old. Then she stopped eating. It took her I want to say it took her like 2 months to actually pass because she would not pass. She really would not let go.
I was like, I was feeding them on the side. I get fed. Just, I'm going to stick around. I don't know.
Yeah,
She just
Making
wants
these
to be around
faces.
'cause she's
Kimara, you're a
cool.
spiritual
Just
person.
feel
Why are you
us.
making these faces? Person, why are you making these faces?
I just, where's Beetlejuice? Where's Ghostbusters? Where all of them at?
If you have the
Like-
number, you can definitely pass it on to us.
First of all, we already discussed that if these ghosts, what is it? What are they called, Vicky? Ghost what?
What?
The ghost people?
They Ghost
Ghost
Slayer,
Adventures?
Buffy,
Yes.
what-
So we already discussed that we can't bring them and Vicky together.
We sure did. What the hell?
For legal reasons, I'm sure.
For COVID reasons, social distancing.
Ma'am, I have the vaccine. I am good. Okay.
So can you go for me?
Ooh. You know what? I probably can. But no.
It's okay. You see? Oh no, actually that time was actually the wind outside moving the tape around my AC. Yes, I have tape around my AC because my
Oh yeah,
windows.
because the draft. Yeah.
No, it was because I see the tape moving. So
The giraffe.
No, that's what you do. Like when it's like cold outside, you put tape around your AC so that draft don't
Yeah.
come in.
yeah.
But like it's getting nice out, so now you gotta keep mosquitoes from coming in. So you let me know how that goes.
Well, we actually don't have a mosquito problem here that bad. We have like garden bugs problems. That's what we have because we have the garden in the backyard. So
I always just assume like wherever there's grass and flowers and like love and happiness, mosquitoes are just like, I'm going to suck the happiness out of you.
literally.
Yes.
Literally.
Can we just talk about how mosquitoes are like little ass vampires? No,
Yeah.
we're not gonna say that. Okay. All right.
I mean, we don't have to talk about it, but yes, that's what they are.
That is what they are. They are the vampire, just super, super simplified.
Super, super small. Yeah.
So,
Vampires.
what are your guys' beliefs? Right? So we were talking about like spirits and like entities and stuff like that. But like, what are your beliefs? Do you guys believe that in the afterlife? Do you guys believe that when we die, we just become nothing? Do you guys believe we descend from aliens? Like, what are your personal beliefs?
No, when we die, we start another simulation.
I believe in all that shit.
But we
I
started
believe in all of it.
Yeah, I think that's it. You believe in all of it?
I believe that
I'm
ghosts are.
sorry. I watched an episode of Black Mirrors earlier today, and it was just like, I can't. Why?
I believe
Yeah.
that ghosts are like they are not necessarily harmful, but harmful like vengeance like spirits. And then spirits are like mostly people that are people who you have a close connection to, like family members, friends, stuff like that. They're not really harmful. They're just around to let you know, hey bitch, I'm here. What you cooked?
Would you cook?
Yeah. I don't know about all that. Okay. No, because literally I was once sleeping in my living room with my brother and I woke up but I couldn't move. And at the doorway there's this woman, brown hair, pink sweater, mom jeans, and she was just kind of just looking at me. Just looking at me. Just and I didn't feel fear. The only fear that I felt was that I couldn't move, but I didn't feel any fear from her. She just kind of stared at me like, a mother would look at their child sleep. And it was very intense.
Mm.
I just didn't like that I couldn't move. And to this day,
Mm-mm.
like her facial features, because this happened like years ago, her facial features have like blurred, but I cannot like forget her silhouette, the haircut. I can't forget the pink sweater. I can't forget like the light blue mom jeans. I can't. But
I'm sure she can't forget you either. You was embedded in her mind. That's a problem. Are you sure that was a ghost, or was that like a stalker? Like, do you know, like, what was it? Like, what was going on? Because like, where is Jennifer Love Hewitt when you need her? I don't understand. Like,
Ooh, the references, huh? The references.
if it wasn't like family, like, why was she there? What she was trying to say to you? Like, was she just
well, okay, so I guess backstory for me, aside from really both of my grandmothers, like my mom's dad, I met him, but I was like 3 when he died, and then I never met my dad's father. So like any really elder generation, because my dad is the youngest of all the siblings, I didn't really have like a strong connection with like the elderly portion of my family. So they could be family members, and I wouldn't even know.
Mm. So, so for me, I try to make sense of everything, right? So I find that there are things that I can sense and feel and whatever you may, right? But the logical, tangible part of my brain is always like, we're created out of energy, right? Like everything is energy. And let's say that you know somebody who is always energetic, like when you're around them, you can feel them, right? Almost like even when you leave, you still feel that person's energy around you. Let's say that person passed away tomorrow, right? Let's say that person passed away tomorrow in some place that you just moved into, right? And you're like, okay, I'm seeing something, I'm hearing something, I'm feeling something. That energy has collected in that space, and that energy has not been cleared out. So I think a lot, not always, but I think in a lot of places, right, you're seeing residual energy. You're seeing that energy move around, and that energy is still producing a form, like a person, like an animal, like whatever it may be. So I think that's where a lot of these apparitions can be. For instance, haunted spaces, right? If you are in a place where tons of people were murdered, do you know how much energy is radiating from fear? You know how much energy can come out of fear? So if you're being killed, that fear is leaving, like it's being produced in that space. If you're sad, do you know how much energy sadness creates? That sadness is leaving residual energy in that space. So even after that person leaves or those people leave or are gone, that energy resides there. And that energy creates these apparitions, these reminders and these remainders of like what that was, a person or people or whatever it is. So I think that's what a lot of humans like us, I don't know other species, right? Well, aliens might exist, who knows, right? But I think that's what a lot of people see. There's some people who just radiate on different frequencies. There's people who increase their vibrations because everybody wants to be spiritual now and like, oh, crystals, right? Everything has energy for the most part. So I think that's what a lot of it is. I think that's what a lot of the spiritual stuff is. It's energy that resides there. And when people feel like they're haunted, some people, that energy gets attached to them and they start to have like these quirks of people who've passed because now they've absorbed that energy. They've absorbed a frequency that might not be of their own. So I think that's what a lot of it is too.
Have you guys ever encountered seeing, well, Eileen, you already spoke about you saw a ghost. I don't even know who that was. She don't have a name, no social security number, no nothing. But has anybody else seen like spirits or ghosts or anything?
Candace saw the cat.
Yeah.
Candace saw the cat.
I didn't know that Vicky had a cat named Daphne that was a tuxedo cat. I was just in their house and here comes Josh. What did you see? I'm like, how you know I saw something, Josh? He's like, what did you see? I said, I saw a cat. I saw a black and white cat. He goes, oh, you saw Vicky's cat? I'm like, oh, Vicky had a black and white cat. That's cool. But I see
what I'm saying. No, this is what I'm saying. Candace, how many careers does that make now? You got
it's not a job. I don't advertise. I don't go meeting up with people. You know about your cousins? I can hear them for you. No, that's not what it is. It's again like every like people have different frequencies. Like that's why they say that babies can see certain things, whatever the case may be. Yeah. I have an overactive person mind, and like I've always like consumed myself with like meditation to kind of like calm it and stuff like that. And in the process, I guess maybe I just attach myself to different frequencies. But also as a kid, my father's mother was convinced that I was audiovoyant, which is, you guys know what clairvoyant is, right? It's like where you can see things. I would hear things that wasn't happening, that other people weren't hearing. And I would be like, oh, grandma, did you say this thing? And she goes, no, that was a conversation that happened like years ago. Like you weren't even like an idea when that conversation happened. Or I heard this name. She goes, oh, that's my great uncle. I was just like, oh, did you say this name? She goes, no, I didn't say that name. You must have heard that name. And I always thought that maybe they were having conversations around me and I was absorbing it and just reiterating it, because kids do that. Like kids hear things and say things back. So I'm like, that must be what it is, right? But it would be things that people clearly didn't speak about. And over time, I started seeing not how people say, oh, I can see, like I see a person, like I would see like shadows. I would see like things walking back and forth, but they weren't quite like a solidified thing. Yeah, it was just like, oh, it's like, so the best way to describe it is like, when it's really hot and you can kind of see like the rays coming off of a car. It's like a blurry thing.
Like the heat waves.
Right. So it would be like that, but like moving. And you would kind of have a figure, but not really. And then sometimes it would be clearer, sometimes it wouldn't. Sometimes I'd wake up and I'd see something like by my bed. But it was things that I had seen for so long in my life that I didn't understand. I was just like, oh, everybody experiences this, right? Like I'm not doing anything special. And then I started to realize, oh, this isn't something that everybody sees. Right. So like I started like learning more about it, which is why like I was like, oh, I think this energy concept, like that's the one that I stick to most of the time. That's why there's haunted places. That's why when people die, they're like, oh, that place is definitely haunted. It's because there's a residual energy that's been produced there. I'm so sorry, guys. Let me just mute myself for 2 seconds.
I'm just saying, like, if I was there, I wouldn't have saw the cat, but if I would have started sneezing, I would have knew there was a cat there, okay? Because I'm allergic to cats. And I would have been like, do you have a cat, Vicky? Vicky, do you have a cat? I'm sneezing. I'm about to start itching right now. Where's the cat?
But yeah, it was really surprised.
I would have been smelling it. It would have been mess. It would have been a mess.
I'm sorry.
I would have loved to have seen that. I'm not even gonna lie.
To see well, I missed something. What happened?
No, yeah, I would have loved to have, like, just all been there, and then Tara out of nowhere just starts like
Just start sneezing
sneezing,
because
and it's
of
like,
cat energy.
I got a
I
cat,
would have been like,
How it works. I'm allergic to cats too. That's not how it works. But imagine though.
right?
I'm like,
Yeah.
you need to go. That cat don't like you.
I wouldn't have at nobody's house because everybody that had a cat in their life, and I was the only one that didn't have one. That's why I'm allergic to it.
Never had a cat.
You never had a cat, Eileen?
Never
Yeah.
had a
Yeah,
cat.
a cat either.
This
I
is
mean, I did, but not really. They were like, oh,
dog home.
getting sick.
I never had pets. I never did. I only
Oh.
had fish.
Oh no. So
It was in the water.
Time animal.
we had fucking animals.
No, I lied. My grandfather had like chickens and like cows and horses, and like my grandfather had a farm. And I'm making it seem like I never had. We had animals. Yeah.
I low key want to farm, but that's besides the point. No, yeah, we've had so like Rottweilers primarily as our dogs. We've had a husky. We've had like a pit bull. We've had a pit bull rot mix. We've had bearded dragons. I think it was what, a Siberian monitor or some type of
What is
monitor lizard. We've had
A dragon?
Yeah, it's like a chameleon or iguana. It's like
Yeah.
reptile. It's a reptile.
Yeah, it's like
But a
really
really
big.
big one.
It's really big. We've had a chameleon also. I said canaries, parakeets. We have had a rabbit. We've had
I wanted a rabbit, but they were like, if you're allergic to cats, you might be allergic to rabbits. So I didn't get a rabbit.
my daughter cried so much when her rabbit died.
Oh, I don't want to talk about it. That's gonna make me so sad. Can we not do that? No. I don't do well with like animals like dying. Like I don't. Kari's gonna live forever. No.
Ari's gonna have her whole backside out in the camera forever, just like this. Like
I'm gonna record.
I
Ari dad gave me her ass to kiss one time. I was like, wow, that's a lot.
I love animals. I do.
I see. So what I'm hearing is that Candace and animals are on the same frequency. Like
That's
animals, because animals definitely like sense that, feel that, they bark or whatever they do, and they feel that, they see it.
I
My
want.
roommate's dog, I feel like he sees spirits because he will bark just randomly in the hallway. He will look and stare in the hallway for a couple of minutes, and I'm just like, who are you looking at?
I'm not asking. I'm gonna be. We're gonna both ignore it. I'm picking.
No, I really be. No, I'd be asking her. I'd be like, who you see?
And
No,
it's like, no, not today.
I don't offer no opportunity for them to interact with me. They look at me, I look away. I'm like, I don't see nothing. I'm like, not gonna possess me today. No.
Oh, okay. So Candace.
Yeah.
There was like this thing, right? At one point, I forgot what time period. And I forgot who I was having this conversation with. I think it was actually earlier this week, where hotels used to like line their hallways with mirrors, because it made it look bigger.
Right.
But then like mirrors are technically like portals, if you would like. So having two mirrors facing each other, you're definitely opening a portal of some sort.
Okay.
So a lot of those old hotels that have like long hallways that have the double mirrors
At each end.
Yeah. What was that movie? The movie The Shining.
Uh-huh.
Was it The Shining? Right? Ones with the little girls.
Yeah.
Yes.
The twins in the hallway. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, things like that. And it would just keep this energy there that would allow like all of these things to just come out and kind of be in our world and interact with people in our world, because you had these portals that like assisted them essentially.
Okay.
That makes me feel away because my mother has an obsession with mirrors. She has mirrors. She has 4 mirrors in her bathroom alone. Okay.
Wow.
And I don't, I don't need any of that stuff.
I'm always cautious around mirrors.
I'm
I'm
not.
always very
Do I look
cautious
good?
because
Okay.
I feel like that's the one way that I would actually get scared
Hmm.
is if I look at a mirror, I look away, I look back, and something's just standing right
Well,
there.
Hollywood has real messed me up with that. Cause
So
like,
hard.
cause I'm just like, yo,
That actually happened to a
Hollywood
girl
has created
too.
like some real ridiculous paranoid like habits in me. Like,
No, that actually happened to a girl that I knew. She was
oh,
in her house. Her house was actually so like this is our house, right? And then right here is a fence. On
mhm.
the other side of the fence is a cemetery. So she literally lived right next door, literally right next door to a
Oh no.
and
It's like the poltergeist in her house.
My
so
God,
no, her house actually wasn't as bad as you would think that it would be, but she said that she was taking a shower one time and in the mirror she saw a man in a beard and in a military outfit.
nah, we not doing
And she thinks that it was somebody
That's
from one of the wars
Yeah.
that was
Was he
most
cute?
likely buried in the cemetery. It was a man. She said he had like a long, he was scruffy and
Mm-hmm.
he said that he was taller than her. Like she saw him in the mirror.
Right.
And I
Okay.
was like, that's
But
freaking.
like, those are vibes I could
Was he attractive?
possibly get on board with, a beard, love
my
a man in a uniform. He was tall, okay. Say more.
She's trying to live her
I
best scary
cannot-
dreams
No.
out in this world. Eileen, I see you, bro.
When I tell
You
you,
trying to
what happened to me, I'm gonna walk back. I'm walking around like I ain't see nothing. I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna be shook, and I'm gonna be like, "Oh man, I scared myself with my reflection. I'm keeping it pushing.
Oh no, I got
interacting
no,
with anything.
scared.
Listen, if it's not working with the living, sometimes we gotta improvise, okay? We gotta improvise. I'm not. I don't interact with nothing. I do not. I'm like,
the first time that I seen a spirit, I was at my grandmother's house. And this is why I have a low-key obsession with closed doors, okay? Because the door was cracked because I was a kid and I couldn't close doors. And there was a man in what looked like a suit with a tie, a white, like, I call them blouses. I know it's not the right terminology. It was a shirt.
the white collar
And-
shirt, okay?
Yeah, and he had a like fedora looking hat on his
Ooh,
head.
where we going?
And
Right, fancy.
I was like, as a kid, I was like, oh hell no, who that? Because I don't know who that is. He don't live here. But it just was like, I just stayed up for the rest of the night because I was scared as hell, right? But then I told my grandmother about it, and she was like, I think that you saw my father. And I was like,
Oh, I'll be like, tell him to knock next time. Not.
no, he didn't even knock. He just stood there and he was like smirking, smiling. And I was like, I don't know who this is. But when I described him, she was like, I think you saw my dad. And she, she wanted further information. And I was like, oh, that's all I got for you, because I don't got nothing else. But she came to the conclusion that I saw my great grandfather. And I was like, I don't know him.
That's how you responded to her, Yara. How rude. I don't know him.
I was like, I really don't know him. I don't know what he like. What did I do? Like, but after that, I kind of just started closing doors. Like, and my grandma, she I guess she understood, and she never got mad at me for closing the door after that. I was like, I'm not doing this. I'm sleeping in your bed. And I slept in my grandmother's bed. That was that one time that I slept in another room. After that, I slept in my grandmother's bed for like years, up until I was like 15.
And that's on traumatizing a child.
I had something similar happen to me. But,
well then.
Well, I didn't see nobody at first. I actually had a dream that I was in a room and it was my mom, my dad, and it was this man sitting in a corner, very, very tall. He didn't say nothing, but very strong energy, presence coming off of him. He wore a tweed jacket, and there was jazz playing in the background.
Okay.
I told my mom, and my mom is Tiara's complexion. She went white. She's like, that's my father.
You've never
My
met your grandfather?
I've never met him because he passed away when my mom was much younger. And I've never seen a picture of him.
Right.
And I just came to her with this dream because I was like, I had this dream about this guy, like, who is this guy? And she went white. And then she told my uncle, and my uncle looked at me and he's like, how would you know that? How would you know that he had a tweed jacket? And I was like, it was a yellow tweed, right? And he was like, hold on a second. And my uncle is a cop. Well, he was a cop, he passed away. But he was a cop, so he's a very practical type of guy.
Yeah.
And he was just like, how did you know that? And then after I had that dream, I started feeling that same energy in our apartment. And it was very, very strong. And I think he was very attached to me or to my mom. And there was one time I was sitting in the living room, it was broad daylight. And we have white walls, right? So when the sun came in, it just lit the whole apartment up. And there was a hallway down that went to the back of the apartment where all of the bedrooms were. And from out of the wall, I literally saw a tall, skinny shadow go out like this and then went back.
He was like, what you doing?
And I was like,
he was trying to peep. He was trying to see what you was doing. He was like, hey.
I was like, hold on a second. I immediately I barged into my brother's room. I was like, yo, did you just come out of your room? No. Slam the door.
Barge
it's all the parentals for me. He was trying to see what you was doing. He was just trying to peep.
No, I think
that's one of my like biggest fears. Like, not seeing them, it's the like kind of seeing them. I don't like that quarter stuff. Like it freaks me out. I don't because then now I gotta second guess myself. Did I really see that? Was like, did somebody really peek at me? Or like, no, I don't like it. I don't like it.
So
I was shocked.
Hold on, pause, right? All I'm hearing is that my family has no interest in visiting me.
Right.
That is terrible. None of my other family wants to visit me either. Are you kidding me?
Ma'am, you were just visited by your great grandfather. And so was Tiara. And then Candace has been, speaking and listening in on conversations since she was a kid.
We don't talk. I'm like, no, there's no conversation. I can make it real clear. There is not a dialogue happening between me and nothing. All right. I'm like, I might be listening, but I am not saying anything back. Like those doors stay closed, ma'am.
She said you to go.
No, but I purposely
speaking to them is the minute I'm gonna be hearing stories about things that happen, and I'm gonna be like, you're not even talking to me. I'm just hearing your old conversation because you energy ball. It's just that's all it is.
Wait, so do you think, right? Because I always like wonder, like, can they like hear my thoughts? Like, do they know that I'm purposely trying to ignore them?
Maybe, but if that's the case, I've been doing it wrong for a long time. So
I definitely recently started like purposely trying to ignore my grandmother. Like I am not ready for that lady to come see me, and I think she knows. She's like, I'm not gonna come see you. You're not ready. My grandfather, when he came, I kind of I was trying to block him too, but I guess he was like, you ain't gonna block me. I was in my bed watching TV and I fell asleep because I'm old. Ooh. And then I felt someone sit at the edge of my bed. And I was like, I woke up, I was like, don't come over here. Don't come here. I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
It's crazy because a lot of people, like, their personalities or their energy when they were alive doesn't necessarily go away when they pass on. So if you have somebody who was super dominant and was very strong and aggressive, they could carry that when they pass on. Like my grandmother loved the practical joke boy. So when she passed away, this was the day of her wake. When we got home, all the batteries in the remote died. And my dad, he's going, God damn it, what? None of these remotes are working. And my mom was laughing her ass off. We were all laughing our ass off. And my dad just stopped and he's like, and he looked at my mom. He's like, this is your mom doing this. And she's like, you're damn right it is.
That's kind of cute.
Hell no, I would have been mad. I said I can't watch Judge Judy because y'all want to play practical jokes.
My dad had to
Judy?
change
Wow.
Judge Judy.
battery.
This is y'all better
die.
hope. Okay, when I die, I do not become one of these entities. All right.
I would love to come back and haunt somebody. Oh my God.
Oh, I have a lineup.
No,
Okay.
she like
A line.
intentionally has the idea to haunt someone. You heard that, right? So just know that's what she said. I'm gonna haunt somebody. I'm ready.
Oh, and none of my energy left back here. I'm like, I'm taking that with me. That's all I got. we moving on to whatever the next thing is. I get to be a new person. All right, cool.
First of all, at the rate that I'm working, like I have no energy. I don't even have energy to haunt. I'm gonna be like, nah, I'm gonna just go. I'm gonna just.
Like she gets to whatever like the end of life is, and they're like, hey, do you want to leave some residual energy behind for like, I don't know, for like giggles?
Right? Like, is there like a
Like, what residual energy? I need everything that I know. Let's go. All of it. Let's go.
like, is there a deposit like rent?
You
Like,
leave
if
25%.
you have residual energy, it's going to take 2 milligauss of energy for you to
Right.
stay here.
It's like an energy 401k. I get it.
Cannot. This is funny. Oh my God.
My goodness.
But see, okay, so there's so many theories like for what will happen after death or whatever. And like this is the worst part, I feel, about like just not only like learning like and going to like taking philosophy class for one, or like that whole shit with the dream where it's like, what if we're in a dream and then
type thing.
when we die, like we wake up. And I was on that for like 3 months. Okay.
All right. So get into it. Break it down for us.
Oh my. Okay. So I cannot remember because again, this was years ago, but I can't remember exactly what the theory is. But maybe it's just called the dream theory. But the theory is that we right now, everything that we're doing right now is a dream, right? So let's say one of us dies or whatever, we would actually wake up to our real life.
That's also one of like these alien theories too. Like we're here to have this experience so we can be like we chose this life. So I'm gonna let you finish and then I'm gonna get into it. Go ahead.
I didn't choose this, by the way.
I didn't
Right. But that's also why the dream theory is supported as well, because in our dreams, we're not necessarily always in control.
Correct.
Like sometimes our dreams, we're literally trying to gain control, and then what happens? Like we can't do it. Like I've had very, very vivid dreams where it feels real. And what if those dreams where I feel that it's so real, it was actually me like waking up from my nap.
Yeah. Right.
And then I just go back to sleep and resume this life.
Oh, you thought it was a nap. That's cute. This is a long dream. So if that's the nap.
Right. So this is what I'm saying. Like, it was like I was sleeping maybe. Or maybe what if like we're all in fucking comas right now?
We didn't even know.
This is our coma life.
A coma?
You just said the wrong word.
It could just be a very deep sleep, mama. That's what a coma is. A deep sleep.
I love sleep, but not that much.
honestly, like I could really go for like an induced coma for at least like 72 hours. You know what I mean?
You want to be in a coma, then have an edible. That's gonna be a coma for 3 days. That's you be fine. You wake up so revitalized.
Somebody was just like,
and
put some NyQuil in your red wine.
Put some NyQuil in there.
I'm like,
Yeah.
that sounds like I'll wake up for 2 days. I don't want that.
First of all, that sounds like the worst hangover of your life.
Or the perfect
A good time.
or the perfect
It's a great time.
First, nah, I'm
Not for
sorry.
me, but for some-
You're not coming back right. Like you after that
the way my
cocktail.
life is set up, if I took something like NyQuil and red wine, like I would be asleep for a month because my body would be like, it's time to catch up, baby. I'd be like, I guess.
Oh, that's facts.
Oh yeah, your body 1000%. Like that's it.
Yes.
Like if you even remotely surrender like a percentage of your brain to your body, bruh.
I'm missing all the 2021 holidays. Do that. I'm waking up in 2022. It's just.
You know what? Honestly, you should probably do that. Like get
No,
done now.
I won't be able to be in any more podcasts, ma'am. Who's editing?
First of all,
It's like I guess I'm doing all the edits now by myself.
Right. This is why I'm no, but see, this is what we're gonna do. Okay, we're gonna text Chris. We'll be like, all right, so put the camera on her body. You'll be a part of every podcast. Who said Candace will not be a part of this?
This is, and then like if I move a little bit, if the camera shakes, that's gonna be me answering questions.
Exactly. Wait, did you see that spike? Yep, there it is. She agrees with me.
Oh, I was literally looking for something. I was just like, what?
He was like, wait, you see the ghost? Like, oh my
no.
God, guys.
I don't even know like what I don't even know. Okay, so for me it's a little conflicted because again, Catholic. So, believe in heaven, believe in an afterlife. But then what happens? Like what if heaven
We're reincarnated.
right? Like what if heaven is not necessarily like this like this safe haven where you just go and you live forever, right? What if it's
heaven is a fun time and you're there for some time and then
you come back
like
when
y'all
it's
be
your time
and
to
then,
come
like,
back.
you got a nice house in heaven and y'all have parties and food and stuff and you get to go to all these concerts, all the celebrities that passed, and then like you are reincarnated into somebody else and then you have to deal with this shitty ass life again.
So side note, this is the ending where Backstreet Boys is his heaven. So is mine. Okay. We share a heaven, but I digress. But this is what I'm saying. Like if we like, so heaven is kind of like, a place where we chill. And then when it's time to come back, after we've released all the stress of our life on earth, then we just come back to it.
Yep. Heaven is like, heaven is like that in-between place. It's like it's like a vacation, it's very Grey's Anatomy. You on the beach when you go to heaven.
Well, in between place for me, that's like purgatory.
Yeah, it's purgatory, limbo.
Yeah, that would be purgatory.
Yeah.
You don't be there, but you want to be there if your only option is to go south.
Right.
Oh yeah, that is cool. I'm not watching Grey's Anatomy, so
and if we're being honest, like the Christian Catholic faith is the only faith that believes in like a hell, right? Hell does not exist for any other religions. It's either you're here or you've done enough to go to the next life or not, you remain here. Like your soul disperses into other energies.
Well, I just want y'all to know that when I die, I'm gonna be reincarnated. I'm gonna find all y'all again. Candace, I'm gonna knock on your door. I don't know where you're gonna be at, but I'm gonna be right there, like, hey.
I'm sure even if I'm Timothy in the next life, I'm sure you being Sarah or Jason will find me Timothy in the next life.
I will.
Some way, somehow.
I think like for my next life, like if I could just, take a breather, just be like a dog, like a good dog.
Yo, this free.
I'll be Kari.
Is insane. She's like, just give me a good 12 years in a
Sorry.
good home with a rich family, right? Like, I feel you. I mean.
Yeah, absolutely. What? Oh, I would love to. I would love to. Like, can you just imagine coming back as one of those dogs that have like an inheritance?
Yeah. I want to.
You can't spend it though, Eileen, because you're a dog. Somebody has to spend it for you.
And make a noise.
What you thought? You thought you gonna go on Amazon and buy a whole bunch of dog beds with your inheritance?
Ma'am, okay. First of all, if my owner is leaving me some type of like inheritance, I already get everything that I want and need.
Right.
And on top of that, I'm carried from place to place. Like I don't even have to really walk.
That's
The only
the
people
world. I might not know what
that
time it was with a
inheritances
dog, but I do
to
it.
their dogs are these people. So you want to be with them? You go ahead. Okay. They might just do it. They might leave you the inheritance. They gonna get like 98.
That and
Say it.
all dogs go to heaven. So
Or not, because apparently dogs don't go to heaven.
that was cats. Those cats. Cats are in purgatory apparently, or decided they don't want to leave.
What?
Who said dogs don't go to heaven?
That's because my cat loves me.
Say
Don't
that
mean-
it's apparently only things with souls go to heaven, and according to whatever scientists,
Just because my cat loves me.
dogs don't have. I'm like, but if we're like, what is a soul though? Like, what is that? Isn't that just like, what is a soul? What is a soul? What is a soul?
A soul is like your inner you.
Yeah.
And your
Your
inner
energy.
you coming out.
See those orbs.
But everything has energy, so why would they consider dogs soulless? If that's the definition.
Who are the people?
Dogs are soulless.
Who are the people? Scientists.
Well,
Scientists are not always correct.
I mean,
And that's literally
I don't
science.
think anyone is always correct. So
Right.
it's just
But
a theory.
that's literally science itself.
So, kidding. I'm joking.
But like that's literally science itself. Like every like I don't know how many years or whatever, new things are coming to light.
All the time. Yeah.
So what they think is a theory now later on can be disproven in like 10 years. So, it's not math.
No, of course. Like the more things advance, the more things we discover, the more technology gets advanced, the more medicine advances, the smarter humans become. The smarter we get.
Right. See, so I think that dogs are just on a completely different frequency. Okay, because they're angels sent from above.
Agreed.
Okay. And that's why they don't think, because they don't think that dogs have a soul because they can't see it. Okay. They don't radiate on that level.
I think it's hard for you to say that dogs don't have souls when like they're literally so loyal and loving. Come on.
Right. And they can sense you, and like if you need a hug. Like human beings can't even sense that.
Evil. They'd be like, she a bitch. I don't like that. Keep her away from me. Just like that. They'd be like, nope.
Dogs are too good for us.
Agreed. Especially Kari, because I'd be ruining her day sometimes, and I'd be like, I'm sorry.
Or just be like, yo, I just want to have fun. I want to have friends. I want to go outside. That's it.
First of all, I think Kari is the only dog that actually probably knows coding, that knows how to edit. That is like,
what if Kari actually know how to do all this shit that Candace is going to school for?
That's what I'm saying.
She's like, I really just want to help you, but I know I can't. So,
Kari's like I'll be like working on like music, and she'll start singing. I'm like,
yes,
it's solo time.
Her singing.
You see, like, come on, like, Kari was literally made for you. Like that soul.
Kari be doing these TikToks. She be doing all them little vocal challenges and stuff.
Yeah, I'd be like, should I put my dog on TikTok? I'm like,
yes.
Kari's a moody though. Kari might be like all about the camera one day, and then she'll literally be like, can you get that camera out of my face the next day?
That's fine, because you want to know why? Because Kari is like her own person. Okay, she's a human being.
Mood. Kari's a mood all the time.
A whole mood.
I gave her a bad and she was not about it. You would think I was murdering this dog. She hated it. I have a little bit of her on video, and she's in the tub, and I'm like putting her down, and she's just like this. Just like, is it that bad? Why you look so miserable? Like, it's okay, you stink. I'm trying to fix that. Don't want you to smell like corn chips anymore, please.
Oh my God, Cheesy, when he's in the bath and he's all wet, he's so skinny. Like, I had no idea he was so little. He'd be
All
like,
that hair.
I'd be like, are you parched? Like, what's going on? Are you drowning? Like,
Wet, she looks so weird to me. I'd be like, can you hurry up and dry? Like, you freak me out when you're wet. Like, I don't like it. I'm like, I'm glad you're clean though. I'd be like, I can't blow dry you fast enough. Like, let's get
Miss having a dog. I need a dog.
You can have Kari. No.
All right, guys.
I love her too much.
If there are any lost puppies out there, send them to my home, okay?
Lost ones? So people got to go and look for a puppy and
nah, you was the person that took me to that dogs. I know.
You already have an owner, Eileen.
All right, fine. The ownerless dogs, just send them away. I prefer big dogs.
Eileen, you gonna go outside and a dog gonna walk right up to you. Watch, it's gonna happen.
First of all, if that were to happen, understand that I don't care what anyone says. The dog was sent to me by the universe. It is not mine.
It chose you. It's gonna choose you.
It did. It chose me. Okay.
Perfection.
I'm over here trying to fix my eye. I don't know. I don't know what happened. My eye's all messed up. I don't know. I'm like,
Eye drops? Because I'm not sure if that what you're doing is she's like just blinking extra hard. I'm like, is that helping?
I don't know where I put them. Hold on.
I mean, theoretically speaking, I'm pretty sure if she blinks enough, it'll clear out.
I mean, if there's something in her eye, but we don't know if that's the problem. It might just be dry. I mean, blinking might, you know what? Yeah, Eileen, you're right. Blinking might help.
And that's on science.
I don't know where I put it.
I am delirious.
Yeah, me too.
We're all delirious.
All right, so for the next 40 minutes, it's gonna be I think Tiara's left eye is checked out. My eye drops are.
When I have like an eye irritation, like this is Aunt said this to me once. He was like his mom when she was alive, make sure rest in peace, that she used to say that she would like she wish she could take her eye out and rub it under cold.
That's what I
Does that not sound like the most refreshing thing ever? Like you just go
It does.
water and like just put it back in.
It's really
like a couple of times to get it.
Hell yeah.
And the
It's like in Beetlejuice when they took his head off. I was like, I want to do that to my whole body. Like, help me.
I'm sure people with big heads wish they could take their big heads off and just like relax. Like just like, oh, it's great.
Conversation.
Chris said making fun of his head. Like, why he had to do that? It's not about you. It's not about your big head.
See, men always just want to feel included.
Yeah.
Tiara, you okay?
No.
Oh
Oh no.
no. Blink, blink. Just
I
keep
think
blinking.
on that, we might have to like end this just for the sake of our eye. Why did that look like a pack of cigarettes to me? I was just like, she just ran over here with some Newports. What is that?
What is that gonna do to help though?
Yo, why look she's putting it in her mouth though? How that taste? It tastes good? Refreshing.
It's like salty water.
Yo, I feel when Tiara like watches this back, she's gonna be like, "Oh, I'm good."
Hey, I just want you to know I don't watch any of the podcasts back because I know. I already know.
If I wasn't editing, I probably wouldn't either. I'm like, I was there. Like I experienced it.
No, so I like to suffer, so I watch it, and I'm just like,
I
oh,
really
look at my
have a hard
facial
time.
expression.
I also watch to kind of
Time to
like I sometimes I rewatch them just for the sake of trying to improve like my my diction and how I'm speaking, and am I getting my points across clearly, and just for the sense of growth. So I do watch them sometimes. I mean, all the time because I have to edit it. But like, I mean, like after editing, like I'll sometimes like rewatch it. I'm like, what did we talk about? Also, I take notes. I'm like, did we mention doing something in the future? That way, like I remember that we mentioned it, and we can like put it like on a list of things to like talk about in the future.
Well, I will update you guys if any of my family felt offended by my comment and comes to visit me.
We're gonna all visit you tonight. She's gonna wake up. She was like, yo, I saw like
I'm about
7
to have a
great
party
uncle.
tonight.
Did you know I had a Titi Marnusa? Like Titi Marnusa saw me. Who's Titi Marnusa? I don't know. She's some cousins on, but that's my family. I saw her like yo, Titi. You know what I mean? I hope Marnusa is not an actual word in Spanish and offensive, because then I don't mean it. I don't know. Marnusa came to my mind. It's a combination of Mariana and some other name. Vanessa, I think. Marnusa? Yeah, that's what it was. I don't know.
My eye feels a little bit better, guys. I'm excited.
Ooh, I think
You look like you just finished watching an episode of Grey's Anatomy.
right.
No, this is an accurate depiction of that. I don't watch that show. I don't. I watch clips at work, and I'm just like, why did I do that? Oh, who the hell's DeLuca? I don't know who that is.
Well, this spoiler for anyone who's not up to date, by the way. But no, on like my friends already know, like Thursdays, they just like turn off their Snapchat.
Yeah, they just
me
like
crying. Like naturally, I need an audience to cry.
Like, no, I literally was like, everybody on that show died. And I've been watching all of the scenarios in which people died. Like, how does someone come into a hospital with a gun and just start shooting people and then shot someone in the head? Like, where do this happen? Where?
All over the country, actually. Not just in hospitals, just literally anywhere. How are people just going into schools and doing shootings? How are people allowed anywhere? Because our country cares more about, having freedom of guns than they do about our lives.
So, you guys, what's the verdict on vampires? Do y'all think they out here? Do you think they be at the nightclubs downtown?
I don't know about the nightclub.
That's where I think.
I'm not going into one because I would be like, take me, please.
Yo.
Do it. Turn me. Fuck it. I don't care.
A lot to deal with.
Listen, I just want to say, Rebecca, when you get older and you see any little marks on your mom's neck, just know that she said that she wanted to be bitten by a vampire.
Right. It was willingly.
Or Rebecca, if you know any vampires by the time you're old enough to understand what's going on in this, send them your mom's way. But like, Mom, I got you. I got you a whole vampire. Imagine she comes home with somebody, goes, Mom, you want this guy to bite your neck? And you're
Bro,
like,
nah.
Wow.
Like, oh, sugar face. Let's go.
I'm like, this is a weird conversation I'm having with my child.
I would have so many questions first. Like, I'd have to have like an interview.
With the vampire? I love it.
Yes. So here's the thing.
Yeah,
No,
right.
wait. So here's the thing, right? It can't just be where, you bite me, I become one of you. No, because all of these movies are conflicting. I need to know the real deal.
What's the real story?
Can I walk in the sun?
Word.
She's like, I'm already like, she's like, I need some vitamin D, so I need to know if that's still an option.
Word.
Right. Am I getting my vitamin D from the human blood that I suck?
Probably.
I would be like, are y'all aware of AIDS and are y'all afraid of it?
Right.
No.
Can you contract AIDS?
That's the real question, right? We're really talking about this.
Do I get any type of powers? Like, do I have super strength?
You
I
have
have super
sparkle?
speed?
She's like, do I sparkle though?
Do I sparkle?
Hard to know if I sparkle because I don't want to sparkle.
Yeah, I don't want to sparkle either.
I don't want to sparkle, so that would be
Anyone
a deal.
who knows me, like, I don't do well with glitter. Like, a speck of glitter will ruin my day. So if I'm sparkling, like, I'm out. I cannot. We not.
Do I burn or do I sparkle? Like, I need to know.
I don't. I will take burning over sparkling any time. That's
Yeah,
not-
Burning
So you
over
don't
sparkling?
I'm clearly exaggerating, but like just the idea of being shiny all the time would stress me out. I'm like, I cannot.
I would be like, can y'all not eat
Blinding
garlic?
people.
Y'all can't ingest it. Y'all can't see it, smell it. What's up? Because I like garlic, so don't be around me.
I'm like, food is gonna be real gross if I can't have garlic no more.
Word.
Oh,
I mean,
I need it because I'm drinking blood, right? So I guess
I mean, there's like onions and paprika and cayenne and turmeric and all that other. You don't gotta just have
like,
garlic.
here are my requirements to become a vampire. What kind of recipes do you guys have for blood? Are we
Word.
making a soup? Like, like, what are we doing?
Can we add some flour, thicken it up, make some pasta? Or what are we doing?
Are we put, is it a
So,
sauce?
can I have some Alfredo, some chicken parm?
But see, these are questions you have to ask. You can't just go into this all willy-nilly. Like, am I gonna
Yeah,
have to be
willy-nilly.
in the shadows? Am I, you know, also
I
like
willy-nilly.
how old am I at that point in time where I'm encountering this vampire, right? So like if I'm in like my 40s, do I really want to stay 40 something forever? You know
But
what I
if you look good in your 40s, then you're looking good forever. So what's
also
gonna
here's
do it
another
for-
thing, right?
I'm like, let it happen now though. Catch me now. Like I'm like, this is it. Now is the time.
So that's
I'm 66 forever. Like that's listen, I'm gonna try to stay cute. Like 31 cute and 66 cute is gonna be two different levels. Like it's a lot easier to maintain 31. You know what I mean?
Yes, but 40 cute could still be cute. That's like Meryl Streep type shit. Like
Meryl Streep is like 60. What do you mean?
I was like, what?
how she looks.
She does look really good. She does
Like
Meryl Streep
First of
looks like
all,
she's
there are a
50.
few vampires out here as celebrities.
yeah, like Cher. Cher is
Cher
Pharrell.
is the queen vampire.
I don't know if Cher's the queen vampire or single-handedly like keeping the plastic surgery like alive. But you know, we're moving on from that, like Botox and all that.
That's great. Cher looks like, and if she has gotten work done, which maybe, right?
Okay,
She needs to be paying her doctor off of her like weekly checks. Is what I'm saying.
so I want to know, are there like plus size vampires? Or
in like 2 weeks you lose the weight because
right. And then do I get to choose? Like, you know, do you have like models? Like, can you tell me which one I turn into? Right.
I would be like, do werewolves and vampires really got beef? Because Twilight was lying.
That's also another thing. Who are our enemies? Like, what do I need to have fear over?
Like imagine like
an
they're like,
hour for
they're
me.
like who are our enemies? And they're like the Christians. Oh no.
Oh no.
You can't be one. You can't be one, Eileen. It's all right. You can't be one.
Like you have to make a choice today.
They're not gonna choose you. They're not gonna choose you.
Listen, if I had a
It's like, no, we go to church every Sunday. Like, what do you mean?
wait, pause, okay, pause. Because if it was Stefan Salvatore walking up to me,
Oh my God.
absolutely, immediately, in a heartbeat. You my soulmate though? Like we gonna stay this, right? This is our journey forever.
Oh my
You know?
That's
Nah,
not
if it
falling
was
in love as
close,
a vampire.
I was
Like falling in love as a vampire. Like, is the credentials still the same of marriage? Like, because forever is a long time. You know what I mean? Like a long time.
I feel like forever is a long time as a human, more so than as a vampire.
But as a vampire, it means you're really not getting away because you.
But as a vampire, you could just like mind control that marriage away. Like we would never marry. That's it.
You marry another vampire.
Wait, no, it's another vampire, Vicky.
Right.
If it's another vampire, then it's an all-out battle. Whoever wins.
Like like can you imagine being like, yo, I will stake you right now. Just to
Absolutely. Listen, okay?
I would be like, you
I
know,
would
can
ex
y'all
from hell.
that
Okay.
got crossed on the wall because Jesus is all up in my family house. So if you can't come and be friends with me because
Hey, so like, can you give Jesus my address? Because
Jesus just, yo, yeah, I'm a
going
vampire.
on lately, and like I need him. I need him.
Jesus was just like, yo, getting like, yeah, I'm a vampire. Like, why do you think you thought I was just out here really like getting like stabbed in the hands and feet? Like nah. Like I healed. I took a good nap, and then I was like, I gotta move this heavy rock, but I'll be right back. You know what I mean? Like this.
Okay, but see, now this is another thing, like aside from the abilities, what are my weaknesses?
Wood stick.
Like, is wood my weakness? Like, is it really?
Yeah, just don't go camping, man.
Salty blood is the weak. No. Sweet blood is the weakness.
Is vervain a thing? You know, like so many questions.
But isn't vervain like a type of lavender?
It's an herb.
Or is it an herb? Yeah.
But in the Vampire Diaries, like it was, you know, it was like
We're really using
using
our references based off of pop culture, and like it's kind of scaring me. I'm like, this is not good.
Right. I would die. Like the first week of vampirehood, I would immediately get taken out.
I'd be like, yo, you hear the questions this girl is asking? Like, yo, are we sure? Like, are we
Not
sure?
this girl's asking.
They'd be like, nah.
I would be like,
I'm gonna do this obstacle course. It's a training. You know,
what if vampires have like allergies, like they allergic to like type O blood?
Then they're gonna be real.
I'm not fucked because I'm
always like the most like common.
I'm fucked.
That would suck.
That's my blood type. I'm O.
O is most common. Can you imagine being allergic to type O blood, and that's most of humanity? You're really starving out here. That's like choosing to be vegan in a village of carnivores. Like, what is going on? You're like, hey tribe, where's the vegetables? They're like, nah, we only eat buffalo. like that's real messed up. That's a terrible choice to make. You're like, no, I want everyone to start licking rocks with me. It's so healthy.
If they allergic to type O blood, I'm fucked. Cause I taste good and I'm not O. So
and you're mild.
And I can't run.
Are you O negative or O positive?
I'm O positive.
Are you O negative or O positive, Tiara?
She's
I'm
not
AB.
Oh, you're AB. Oh, that's
rare, girl.
Yeah, that's rare.
You rare. Don't let no one tell you otherwise.
That's not good, cause you know what I'm saying. Like, what if like who gonna give me their blood? I'm gonna be like, who gonna give me?
But AB can take O, right? They can take.
Yeah. My dad is O, and then I forget what my mom is.
So O is universal. So O can donate
to everyone.
All of them. But O can only receive O. It's the only one that's like, I am a giver, but I can only take my own.
Yeah, and I think if you're O positive, you can take like O negative and O positive, and if you're O negative, you can only take from another O negative.
Yeah.
Which is me. I'm O negative, so I'm out here just like, are you O negative?
She gonna put an application online like, are you O negative? If so, please fill out this.
If so, I just want to have your number in case I need a blood transfusion. Thank you.
Yeah, so my mom is O negative, so just give me a text. Got
you. I'm gonna be like, center here, please.
So since my mom is O negative, I want to say my dad is probably O positive. That's where I get the positive from.
My dad is O positive.
Unless it's a negative and a negative makes a positive.
Ooh, that's science.
That's math.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. What else? Mermaids. Do you guys believe in mermaids?
Hell no.
But I think that they're vicious creatures. I do. I don't think it's a Little Mermaid. I think I think like mermaids are like, I think mermaids and sirens, like they're like one and the same.
They're cousins.
You know what I think? I think some version of a mermaid may have existed once upon a time, because in all different cultures there's versions of them, right? So like there's cave drawings of mermaids in different cultures. There's stories of mermaids in every culture. There's mythologies of mermaids in every culture, right? So it's coming from somewhere.
Right.
So I'm like, they might have existed once upon a time. Do they exist now? I don't know. We haven't even like cracked the surface of our oceans. Like we don't know what's in there.
Man, listen, if there's mermaids out there, they got two tails and they be eating shrimp.
What? Okay, Tiara, explain.
I'm just saying, you know, like, cause it's like the pollution. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
So
you mean like they like
you put your little tail in there, you gonna come out with like two tails. What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
I don't think our
People swim twice as fast.
depths of the ocean where mermaids possibly exist.
you know, we've only what is it? It's like the smallest percentage of our ocean that we've
5%.
actually
I think we've only
discovered.
5% of our ocean.
Yeah, it's like 2 to 5%.
Yeah. So that means our planet is mostly water.
Yeah.
We don't know what's going on out here. We don't know nothing. Like
We know more about space than what we do in our own oceans, which
because
is
our technology is not advanced.
Yeah, the technology cannot go down there.
Yeah.
Like literally who knows? Like that's something. See, that's also another thing. If I'm a vampire, can I just decide I'm gonna go down into the ocean and figure out what's down there? Because guess what? I can now live forever. Do I need oxygen?
Yeah, see what's going on. Like a whole
Yes, I do.
Yeah, so I've been ignoring that for like a while now, and I've been just like, you know what? We've awoken them, but we're gonna keep rolling.
Yeah, no, they probably was like,
I love it. I love the activity. I want to come over with a digital recorder.
Yeah,
oh, Vicky's really out here trying to be a Ghostbuster. I'm not.
I was actually. I did it quite a few times. I went ghost hunting with that same friend that lived next to the cemetery. We actually got in contact with two girls.
That's
two
the
little
white part of her. That's her white half.
Vicky, you sound like the person that uses Ouija boards.
Oh no, I'm not stupid.
I don't even go into houses that have them in there because best believe is attached to Candace, and Candace is not signing up for a whole night of fun experiences. No.
I don't do that. I am completely against it. I think it's stupid. People who play with Ouija boards and think it's a joke, I'm just like, all right, whatever happens, you deserve it.
Sarah just walked in.
Okay, I had the numbers. 80% of our ocean is unmapped, unobserved, and unexplored. 80%. So we've seen 20% of our entire planet.
When you said unmapped, that kind of scared me because I'm just like, so if we just randomly go down to a place we never been to before, we gonna hit underwater volcanoes, cliffs,
nothing. First of all, our lungs would we die immediately.
I'm definitely gonna die because I don't got good lungs. So
if the technology can't go down, we definitely can't go down.
Right. Like I'm gonna go down because I don't even float in water. So I'm gonna sink like submarine. I don't know what y'all gonna do.
See, but you're not coming back up. That's our problem.
I'm gonna come back up with a tail. I'm gonna be like, hey, bitches.
A part of me wonders if let's say that we had the ability to swim to some of the deepest depths of our ocean, right? When you get to a certain point, I always wondered if like there's more land. Like you get to the other side and then there's just more land, right? Like you get to the core, let's say you get to the core and it's like Earth, right? There's like mountains and trees and all this stuff, but it's like dehydrated because of the heat levels, but it's Earth. It's up here, but like hot. I'm just curious about that.
So it's a New York summer in the middle of the earth.
There's no buildings, ma'am. There's no car. Would it be like what Earth, like, so let's say that humanity never like existed, right? It would be what Earth would look like without the human infestation, right? But someplace that's hot, like boiling point. So there would be like lava, right, running through like grounds and mountains that are volcanic and stuff like that, without the greenery, right? So ashes of whatever potentially could have been down there, or maybe there's animals and bacteria and species.
Dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs, sure, right? That like were created to withstand those levels of heat through mutation or whatever, evolution, whatever it is. Like I imagine that at a certain point in the water. Like you get to a certain point and it's land again. But this land is just hot land. Is that a crazy theory? Like that's just something I always thought about.
So what if, right? What if it's just layer after layer of Earths?
It's very possible.
Like what if there's just like infinite Earths within the Earth?
Maybe that's where the aliens are.
So like aliens are just like other versions. Like there's like different layers. Like layer 12, Eileen, is probably like completely different than this layer.
Layer 12 Eileen is hot all the time, so she's real miserable.
So
And
we
she's
the
red.
same. Okay, all right, cool. Fuck.
She miserable and she red.
And she red, yeah.
So the same. So we the same. Damn.
She's a little scaly because she has to be to withstand the heat. You know what I mean?
Oh my god, I've been so dry lately.
I think we're talking to layer 12 Eileen, guys. That's why she took so long to get here today. She was
I
layer 12.
Gotta go through the other 11 layers.
Yeah, I had to go through the other layers. Okay.
That's
I mean that could definitely be like a thing because you know like volcanoes and stuff, and then there's underwater volcanoes, right? So what if every time a volcano like erupts or whatever, like what if it's not actually like, you know, death and it's a whole other layer, and then here we just have Earth like 12, and then Earth 13, and then Earth.
We're probably the last Earth because we out here getting sunlight and like swimming at the top of the ocean.
Well, we're the last Earth because we fucked this up.
Oh.
We're the last Earth because the pollution fucked it up. That's why.
That was us.
We caused the pollution, TR.
When the fishes is dying and they floating at top of the water, that's how you know it's bad.
Oh my god, did you guys see that was it the East River has dolphins again?
Yeah. All about it.
I'm loving it because now that people are not out, they're not ruining our waters, and
a lot of animals are migrating back. Which is kind of nice.
I want to come back as a dolphin one day.
Oh,
That's okay. Them spring breakers, they was out here. They was like, oh yeah, we out here. We gonna fuck it up again. Fuck it again. Like
natural selection.
Nah, they was out here with the COVID. There's no selection out there. There's no selections. No.
Natural selection.
I'm loving the blinds.
Yeah, they're
No,
great.
seriously. Do you not have you have your window open, right, Candace? Do you have it open?
Nope.
It's windy in New York, though.
Yeah, it's windy today.
It was hella windy today. Oh my god.
It's so windy.
My window's closed, but when you see like all of the blinds shaking and stuff like that, the wind is forcing the window open.
Yeah.
That's how windy it is. And like I'm on a high level too, so the wind is gonna be, you know.
It's just the wind, guys.
Yeah, it's just the wind, guys.
Okay.
It's just the wind, guys. It is. I keep looking back because I have like my plants at the window and I don't want it to get knocked over. You can't see them, but I have like I have two trees over here and they're on my windowsill. I'm like, please don't fall over because you're
an orchid.
Yeah, that's an orchid.
Such a delicate flower.
I know.
There hasn't been any zombie sightings ever since the K2 was gone, so maybe we might be in there for them.
Wait. Did anyone else see? I don't know if it was Fox. I think it was Fox 5. That they were like the CDC. What is it that they CDC sent
updates on their zombie preparedness?
Yes. Updates for the zombie preparedness, and it was like just in case. What?
They did this a week before the first COVID vaccine was released. Yep. Because I have a CDC app on my phone, so I got the notification, and I was just like,
Let's go.
okay. I was like, let me get everything.
No, not.
I've been dying to hotwire a Ford. Come on now, let's go.
So I was just like, they don't quite trust the vaccine yet. So I'll, let's see how these first 6 months go once everybody's vaccinated.
So
Feeling a lot funny.
no.
Yeah.
I will.
It's a Rebecca sighting.
I will physically.
Hi.
Rebecca.
Hi.
No, but seriously though, like we can't have a zombie apocalypse because Eileen will die. Eileen will not survive it.
Eileen, you are just all types of luscious and filling, and
Exactly.
Tiara already looking for her first snack. She's not even a zombie yet. Ridiculous.
Ma'am, I am prime.
Tiara, go get something to eat, please.
I am prime white meat. Okay.
Speaking of eating,
it tastes really good with some adobo.
Absolutely. Like I already have adobo and sofrito in me. Okay.
She's like, yeah, we make it soup. We do it.
I'm a delicacy. Okay, I've been marinated.
Ooh.
I mean, I'm just saying because I'm gonna be the first one to die, so I just gotta let you know, just don't be around, okay? Because I might come to Queens just because I know you're gonna be there.
Oh my God,
So this is a topic of conversation that comes up way too often in my household. And how do I put this? So this is what's gonna happen, right? My brother has, for whatever reason, has had dreams where he has had to like kill a bunch of us. But for whatever reason, he's never had to kill me because I never turned. But I have a theory. I have a theory that I would throw myself in front of a zombie because my child's asthma will act up at the wrong fucking time. Okay?
Oh no.
And that's where it's gonna go to shit. Okay?
First of all, your daughter is a gangster. She'll know exactly what to do immediately. She'll be like, Mom, go get the guns. I got you.
Not one, several. Apparently that you have
all of them. I got them 2 hands, mad guns. Got you.
First of all, where am I getting guns? Like
I don't know. She knows where they're at. You don't know where they're at. She knows where they're at.
If I have to fight for my life, I will materialize some guns. Like it's not a game.
See,
like I will.
that's it. Like, I don't have guns. I have a taser and a machete. That's
the machete will get you to your gun. So use that to get to a gun.
Right.
Yeah. I will chop whatever I have to chop down to get to any gun, right? And I will not waste a bullet. Like that's not happening.
Candace is gonna go into the detective office, and politely ask for the guns.
I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. I'm gonna call some people, right? I'm gonna be like, hey, where you at? I'm not sure if you've heard, but people are eating people now. I need to be where you are. I will steal a car because it's gonna matter in about 20 minutes. So where are you?
Guns.
I will be where you are. Are you near? Take everything out. Storage, that's too far. Go there. I will meet you there. I can't meet you here anymore. I will.
The zombie gonna try to pull up on Candace and scare her. She'll be like, "I've seen way worse things than that. You're gonna have to come a lot."
I will be. The thing is, I know that like it sounds crazy. I'll be more aggravated that something's shining. I'm like, yo, can you do something else? Try it out.
So now, if we're combining all of these topics, right? So like, right, with the like little. So here's the thing, right? Yeah. Can ghosts help you during a zombie apocalypse?
Probably not, because they're
why not?
Just right, because they can move shit, right? Can they move a zombie, like physically, like push them away?
When this happens, all ghosts are actually, they're gonna be like, oh, that white light is looking real inviting now. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna leave.
Yeah, but if your family members are really down for you, they gonna help.
Tell your grandfather to lift you up and take you to safety.
I didn't say nothing about lifting me up, okay? I'm just saying that, you know, if all of a sudden
You'd be like, you want to see me? Because, you know, that can, I mean, if you just stay here.
Listen, I'm gonna be like, whatever white letter, come get me. Come do like Leo and Charm. Come get me. Take me where you at. I ain't got no time, you know?
So my family's fear, is they're like, Candace, you're real like self-sacrificing. And they feel like I would die trying to like save someone else. I'm like, that might be how I go out. They're like, no, we need you to be selfish. I'm like, but then what if I'm sick? I'm like, you know, it's gonna be real different if I'm trying to save you when it happens, right? You say that now, but you're gonna want self-sacrificing Candace when that zombie is looking at your foot and got it in its hand. And I'm like, oh, I got you to safety. Yomp on my arm. I'm like, well, say goodbyes now, I guess, because it's your fault. So
my sister already told me to leave in my ass. So
Yeah,
I already know. I can't count on my sister for
my
that.
brother has already specifically stated, like, you know, like, some of us have to go, but I'm coming for you and Gabby. Like, solid.
I like it.
I don't have anybody, so there's that. It's great.
Your boyfriend would come for you? That's a whole problem.
So nobody's gonna come for me. They're gonna be like, damn, it's fucked
So we need to
up.
talk about this. Your boyfriend wouldn't come for you. You don't
Listen, when
come for you?
Well, you don't
when I
know
was in a
that.
relationship, I wouldn't go for my significant other. I'd be like, listen, you could come, but I'm not.
Remind me like not to call Vicky if the world is ending. Because she's gonna be like, this is where I'm going. You can meet me if you like. I'm like, oh,
That's it. That's
She's gonna have the car. She's gonna be running them over. Like,
what in my car? In my tiny little ass 2017 Hyundai Elantra? No, God forbid.
I'm saying,
I know what's crazy. Watch that small ass little car get you from point fucking A to point fucking B.
and that's all she needs, right?
And that's
That's
all you
because I
need.
like Vin
And you
Diesel.
talking so much shit about this car.
Listen, I talk mad smack about my car, but ain't nobody love my car like mine. My mom has been trying to get me. She's like, let me replace your car. Let's trade in your car. I'll get you a new car. I'm like, hell no. I love my little tiny ass messed up car. What am I gonna trade it in for? Something
your
new?
car was looking real shiny that night. It didn't look tiny. Well, it did look tiny. It didn't look like
That's because the darkness covers up all the scratches and the dents and the dirt.
It sounded real spicy. That's because the darkness covers up. I'm like, oh, okay.
So,
Because it was nighttime.
Gotcha. Oh my gosh.
Like,
Let's
if anything-
hope we don't have to live in a world where we have to like run from each other because we get real hungry for each other one day.
I don't know, honestly,
I'm hungry for y'all all the time.
Victoria.
Did any of you ever think you'd actually live through like a pandemic?
I mean, AIDS has existed since I was born.
I never thought I'd see one. I didn't even know that was like.
I thought all the Black Plague lookalikes were behind us, but here we are with the COVID. I was just like,
something like this. No, I didn't think would end up
we
happening.
could have more like, you know, like the AIDS epidemic is clearly, you know, something.
I was like, listen,
stuff like that.
Bringing Around Rosie has a whole new meaning again, and I just don't understand. Like,
I didn't. I mean, well, I get what you're saying.
Can't play that game.
I didn't think that the entire version of my life that I was living would change so much. Like having to be inside, right? And like, because you potentially could kill somebody else just by breathing in their direction. Mm-hmm. Beyond me. Never thought that'd be something I would have to like experience. Yeah. Wearing masks everywhere, because being enforced, never thought I would see that in my lifetime, right?
Yep.
Seeing so many people die around you and not being able to do anything or be with them while they're dying, not something I thought I would ever have to experience. I'm like, this has shaped like my life a whole lot. Children being born into, this is a reality for some kids. There's children who
right.
are 1 years
old. It's gonna be all that they know.
Yeah, there's children who are now turning 1 who believe that you cannot leave the house without putting a mask on. They don't know what a life without wearing a mask is.
That's scary.
Children playing in the park, and the sound of laughter was like so mesmerizing to me, coming from children. Yeah. And it was nice to see kids playing, but it was bittersweet because these kids were, their faces were covered, and they were younger than 7 years old. And I was like, I'm like, wow, like this is my reality right now. You know, there's 3-year-olds who are just like, yeah, this is, we've always had to do this, right? Because that conscious part of their minds wasn't relevant, like wasn't there a year ago, 2 years ago. So like this is just becoming reality. And even though we're kind of getting back to a sense of normality, like it's still the new normal, like it's still very bizarre, right?
Yeah.
I feel like there is no real like new normal. Like this is just
normal.
All like an illusion at this point, because anytime anything starts to like open up, immediately starts closing down again.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
It's scary. Like
Atlanta and Texas and California, and Florida.
Yeah. So, I mean, the Texas
and New York
rising. Well, we're not fully open.
We ain't fully closed. We're like more on the open than on the close. Like now they're going to take Metro cards away, right? So you gonna pay with your phone, right?
I've already started doing that. I've started doing
Yeah, they were trying to phase out Metro cards for a long time.
They're gonna fully phase it out in 2023.
It's a plastic problem anyway, so good riddance.
Pause. Yeah. I have like $800 on Metro cards. So
I think if you have money on something, that you'll have like a Metro card like app, right? Where you can transfer all that information onto your app and you can use that until it runs out. And then you have it. I'll make it. I'll share that right now for you if you're
trademark that right now.
Right now, it's gonna take me a while, guys. Right now, I need to figure that out first.
Well, at least let's just trademark it, you know? The concept, the idea is solely Candace's.
I mean, I'm gonna post this tomorrow. That way, if somebody's just like, no, it's my idea. I'm like, I can tell you right now on March 27th, 2021, that I talked about it. You go to my YouTube channel.
Go to my YouTube and watch it. No, okay, so last thing, witches, bro. Witches, they be out here. I know they be out here. I seen the books at the library, at the little bookstore me and Candace went to. I was like,
witches is nothing more than people who practice just unfamiliar things, right? So witchcraft is just like the study of the unfamiliar. So herbalists, right? In the past, that's what they call witches. People who could solve things through herbal, like medicine. Right? Medicine didn't happen overnight. People had to learn how to make certain stuff, right? So what does this plant do? If somebody has an injury, how do I make antibiotics? And what kind of tea should I brew for this kind of ache? And it would work. And these medical doctors at the time were like, that's not science, but it is. It is science. You just haven't practiced this. This is alchemy. You don't know alchemy. That's what it is. So yeah, that's why you see all these like, oh, what is this craft? So some flowers do well in moonlight. So you pick them in the moonlight, or you grow them in places that remain dark, right, with a certain kind of light, and it blooms better, or you get more. I don't know, whatever this plant creates, you get more of it when it's grown properly. Like that's all this stuff is. So yeah, I believe in witches. Yeah, you could be a witch. You like lavender? What you do with that? Oh,
I remember when I was working.
Who's using lavender? You witch? No, I'm kidding.
I remember when I was working with kids, and one of the teachers was like, she got a doll that she be doing like voodoo with people on, and she'd be like using the doll as like she was like, I put earrings in it. I was like, why would you even tell me this? I'm only 17 years old. Like, miss, what's wrong with you?
It's energy. It's all energy. It's absolutely all energy. here's another
energy and
Like,
intent.
I mean,
yeah, and intent.
Intent is super big, especially when you're practicing stuff like that.
Yeah,
And you really have to be careful, especially with who is doing it.
right.
Because if someone has bad intent, they can take something good and completely twist it into something that it's not. That's where it would start to be like, I guess you could say, not normal.
Right.
Because you're taking something that was meant for one thing and twisting it to use it for a completely different purpose. And I think that's where fear comes in.
Oh,
And that's where people start getting scared. Like, then you have people who practice voodoo and all of this, not realizing that there's a good and bad side to everything.
yeah,
And it's all about the person's intent. If a person is intent is to help other people, then what they're doing is beautiful and it's a miracle.
right.
But if what a person is doing, if their intent is to harm,
mhm.
get into some dangerous stuff.
Yeah, it's true. Anything done out of malice is a complete and total negative for sure.
And it's always considered something against humanity. It's a crime against man.
And like Vicky mentioned, like voodoo. Like voodoo is one of those things that's so demonized, right? Voodoo is probably the closest religion to Christianity. They
And it's
believe,
a shame.
yeah, like people who practice voodoo or hoodoo, depending on like what version of it like you understand, a monotheistic God, right? Believe in like, I don't think it's saints, but they believe that there was this one person who died for sins too, or at least from the versions of it that I've heard and stuff like that. Like it's very similar. I think the only true differences between different denominations of like Catholicism, Christianity, and Voodoo is that Voodoo believes in the rhythms also, right? They also practice herbalism and stuff like that. So when you hear like the drums and stuff like that, it's creating this energy, like this rhythm that you feel like the heartbeat, right? The drum is the closest thing to the heartbeat. So it's also creating vibrations, right? Creating frequencies. So there's just, and then when Voodoo was like introduced like in like the European sector and like places where there was a lot of people who didn't recognize this religion, the biggest thing that happens is like it's demonized. Oh, I don't trust that. It's unfamiliar. It must be bad. There was a lot of non-open like feelings and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's just channeling what's already there, but the people chosen to actually kind of question or ask questions that other people haven't asked questions and are looking for those answers.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of channeling and a lot of like the earth itself gives off vibrations.
Mm-hmm.
Any living thing is giving off vibrations.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to channel that and harness that is not everyone's niche. It's not everyone's cup of tea.
Mm-hmm.
But actually like if you go and you sit in the forest, for instance, and you really just sit and just listen and start to feel, calm your breathing.
Mm-hmm.
You start to feel a completely different sense of being almost. Mm-hmm. You start to feel and you start to channel those vibrations and you feel it through you.
Yeah, you're grounding yourself. Like being in nature is like one of the easiest way to like activate your root chakra, right? Like it's at the base of the spine. And like you can also, so a lot of people find themselves ungrounded because one of the biggest ways is to feel the earth beneath your feet. How many of us are walking outside barefoot? We don't get that opportunity in cities, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like, and like even in our own.
I used to at least. That was a whole different story. Like I used to walk out barefoot.
Yeah. That's. I mean, I don't know how great it is on concrete, but
like, and glass.
Yeah. But like even in our homes, like a lot of people wear like slippers, right? You come home, you take off one pair of shoes, put on another pair of shoes. You're not feeling the earth beneath your feet. Like you're not grounding yourself. How many times?
I'm barefoot right now. Got my bare toes out and everything.
I got my socks on and my chaqueta.
And that's fine. But I'm saying I can't tell you how many people I've gone to people's houses and like they're walking around in socks and they're putting slippers on, which is fine. People are like, oh, I want to protect my feet. I get it. Like it's for each their own, right? But like, if you ever get a chance, if you haven't already, just go to one of the national parks in New York and, take off your shoes and like feel the grass, feel the soil. I mean, it might feel gross at first. I don't know what's going on in these parks, right? But take a minute to meditate, like stand up, do some yoga without shoes on, and you will start to feel like you have positive energy going through you. Just feel the elements of like the earth, and then get Purell or get something and wash your feet. We're not doing that, right? But for you, like just a sense of like healing and a sense of like just like maintenance. Like, hey, it sounds like very spiritually and like boo boo baba, right? But feel the energy coursing through you. Like feel your chakras activated. There's things for everything. Like if you feel stagnant, like if you feel like you're stuck and you're feeling depressed, might sound crazy, start shaking your body, like start dancing, start moving. If you feel like you have like this pain in your chest, like you can't do certain things, not physically, because there might be something wrong, right? But if you're feeling like you're emotionally suppressed, start screaming or start singing, right? One of the biggest things is our words. The reason it's called spelling is because we manifest things with our words, right? We cast spells with what we say. So we're always mean to ourselves. What are we doing? We're casting like this negativity in our lives, right? If you start saying, if you wake up every morning and you feel like crap, but you say, yo, today's gonna be awesome, watch how your day turns around. And watch how the little things that normally like make you miserable stop making you so miserable. You're like, oh, that sucked, but you keep pushing because you're like, it's just like a little hiccup. I got a whole day ahead of me. You know what I mean? Like this is a small thing. But guess what? I'm gonna turn this small moment that's aggravating me into something later. I'm gonna call a friend and be like, yo, let's get a drink. You short on money? It's okay. This place has $5 drinks. We only need one. And then we can chat. You know what I mean? Like you start just making like these better things as positive starts coming into your life.
Words of affirmation.
Words of affirmation.
Have a mantra. There's the whole witch talk. Okay. Naturally I'm on it.
Like these things that like I didn't quite believe in because I'm a skeptic. But there's science. If your energy needs to be cleared out, it needs to be moved, it needs to be like stagnant, right? Like it can't be stagnant. You want something that's fluent all the time. And we get blocked. We physically get blocked. So speak, scream, dance, move, feel the earth beneath your feet. Like just these are small things that make us more complete people.
Mm-hmm. And that's all.
I light candles and I start working.
Aromatherapy is huge. Light candles, things that bring you calm, do them. If you have a routine that brings you happiness, set a moment in your day to do that routine. Even if it's just a part of that routine, find a time to do it. Like I love me a bath, and believe me, I find time maybe several times in the day, which is probably not great, but I would take a bath. And I mean,
in the ocean all day.
If I could, I would live in there, man. Like just keep me in water, I'll be happy forever. I might be a little pruny and dry, but I'm okay with that.
She'll be definitely
some oils and some butters can't fix. I'm like, ooh, I'm looking a little dry, cocoa butter. I'm like, I smell nice, spritz. Like I'm a very big person, like where it comes to like I will put on a little bit of like body spray or perfume and go to bed for me and for my partner, right? I'm like, I want to smell good. Like aromatherapy is amazing, right? And I also want with like if you want to like nuzzle right here, like it smells nice. Like I mean my natural scent I'm sure is gorgeous too, but I'm like, yeah, I know, thank you. You know what I mean? Like it's these small acts that we do for ourselves that make us more complete. And sometimes we forget them, and that's okay. But it's up to us and it's up to our community and our circle to be like, hey, when's the last time you did this for you? Hey, Vicky, when's the last time you started doing nails? I haven't heard, seen, or done anything. I mean, granted, you're doing it now. This is just an example. Hey, Eileen, that's awesome. When's the last time that you got yourself a cute little outfit and just felt fabulous? Right?
Attacking my whole life.
Okay. No, like if you're not doing it, it's the responsibility of yourself and the people around you to remind you and to implement that. Hey, Tiara, I haven't read any of your writing lately. When's the last time you wrote a chapter? When's the last time you wrote down an idea? Okay, right? So me as
I write ideas, but I haven't written anything
Okay.
with us. So
And like, you see, and it's these small reminders that kind of like put us back on track. Like, oh, like now I'm thinking about it because it was mentioned, right? And like I commit to memory the things that my friends care about. Like Eileen is bombarded with work in school, like
really
working a job that she was comfortable with, but it wasn't offering her the growth that she wanted. Tiara's going through a lot of life stuff right now. She moved into her own space. She might not be staying there much longer, but like right now it's her space, right? So she has the ability to do the things that she needs to do. So hey, just do that. And even be like, hey, you've had a lot of alone time. I don't think you are you're satisfying your need for social attention. I don't care if you want to be an introvert right now. It's not happening. You've been doing that for 4 months. Let's go outside. Even if it's 10 minutes. Get some fresh air, baby. Like one time with some people around.
I love
air every day. Okay.
By yourself, I don't like it.
I love it. It is, let me tell you, when I came home from work today, I was a little bit depressed. So I couldn't really get comfortable to go to sleep. So I took a shower. And I think I was in there for like 45 minutes. Like it was amazing. And I was like, oh, and I didn't have to put the light on because it was light in sunlight. Because now I'm in a bathroom with a window because I never experienced that before. And it was just great.
Apartment that I've been in that doesn't have a window in the bathroom, and it was an adjustment for me because I kind of like love natural and then being like, ooh, a tree, you know what I mean? But like,
oh my god, it's
like a weird thing to
I love it.
Yeah, it's nice. But yeah, I mean, like in a nutshell, I mean that's kind of like it,
And this is why everyone needs a Candace.
Everyone needs a Candace.
What does that mean?
Yeah, we are so blessed to have a Candace.
No, see, we can't open up that topic. That will be our next episode.
No,
what is Candace?
No, we're not doing that.
Yeah, no. We're gonna have an Ayana Van Zant moment, and we just gonna get flowers. So
that's very.
What is Candace? Candace. It's not definable. Okay, it is something you feel. It is something you need. But having a Candace.
We need to do that for all of us, though. I mean, that's a four-parter. That's a series.
I completely agree. I don't know if we should like record it, but I think we should have like a Shady Box Appreciation Day, like where we just like get together and we just appreciate each other and stuff like that. I would definitely think that's something we should do.
You know what? We should.
I love you guys.
I love y'all too.
All right, you know what? I think on that sentiment, on that note, on all of this love, I think, this is where we're going to close the box.
Let's end it on some love.
Okay, so thank you for joining us today. Thank you for listening to all of our babbling. And as always, I'm Eileen.
I'm
Candace.
And I am Victoria.
Hey guys, make sure that you follow all of our social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We on all of it. Okay, YouTube be acting a little crazy, but we on there too. Okay. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.